This is Mina Kimes, senior writer for ESPN The Magazine. What do you like on the show today, Mina?
Just 3 days until Chiefs-Rams.
Come on, we've got games before then. Unbelievable. Dale, papi.
Did Mike McCarthy blow the game for the Packers?
The Seahawks won that game, deserved to win that game, but Russell Wilson plays more close games, college and pro, than anyone we've seen play the position. And when the games are always close, the winning can be found in the margins. Green Bay did nothing to pick up anything in the margins. They blew their timeouts, they didn't challenge at the right time, and then at the end of the game, they trusted their defense, which had given up more than 150 yards on the previous 2 possessions instead of the best quarterback I've ever seen. Mike McCarthy will win 10 games a year most years because he has Aaron Rodgers. If he doesn't this year, he should be fired.
Yeah, Mike McCarthy didn't lose it for the Packers. Football's a team sport, but he definitely salted it away. I mean, he played it and served it up to the Seahawks. And as a fan of Seattle, I was thrilled with the decision to punt because, as Dan mentioned, their run defense not only had struggled throughout the game, but right before that drive, they had lost 2 of their best defenders. And yet, McCarthy thought they could take a stand. Now, they're not going to fire him mid-season because he's a Super Bowl winning coach, and Super Bowl winning coaches don't get fired during the season. But if you were looking to prosecute the case against McCarthy, last night was a pretty damning piece of evidence.
No, this guy, Aaron Rodgers, he gets away with everything. You know what I mean? This guy, he got this heavy credential, the best this, best that, best the other way. Won Super Bowl in about 15 years. What's the big deal about the guy? You know what I mean? And every time when they lose a game, well, is he running back? Well, is he receiver? Well, is he head coach? Is he assistant coach? Is he punter? Is he kicker? It's never Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean? That's right. They should get rid of him. That's it.
Now he's gone too far. See, he was fine, it was funny, and now he's gone too far.
He always takes it there.
Ed Oliver versus Mayor Applewhite. Okay. Is Ed Oliver versus Mayor Applewhite. Who you got?
Okay, that was excellent. I hope we start from the beginning there because it was magical. This is the only way you can get us to talk about Houston and Tulane, is if this happens. Ed Oliver is great. He's going to be a top 10 pick. He's not playing, hasn't played for 4 weeks, and they got a rule over there, Major Applewhite. You can't wear jackets on the sidelines. It's a chilly night, and he is being asked to take it off, and now he's bent out of shape. And this is what happens when the powerless are not exactly powerless. This rule is silly. If you're wondering how it is that things escalate to the culture that you'll find at Kansas when Mangino's being fired because he's making kids crawl across a hot turf, or where a Rutgers basketball coach is throwing basketballs at players, think of the symbolism and the fundamental indecency of denying someone who's cold a jacket. He dared to do it to his first-round pick, and his first-round pick wasn't having it.
So the question was Ed Oliver versus Major Applewhite. Who you got? Well, on one side, you've got a 6'3", 290-pound defender who can run a sub-5-second 40. And on the other, you got a guy whose name sounds like a rejected character from Clue. I think I'm going to go with Ed Oliver. Dan's right. This isn't about the jacket and the dumb rule. This is about power, or the lack of power, right? Because why do coaches have power over players in the first place? Well, it's because they can sit or start them. But that's not the case with Ed Oliver anymore. He doesn't have to play.
He doesn't even want to play.
In fact, he probably shouldn't, right? He shouldn't injure himself before going to the NFL. Major Applewhite knows that, and it's created an awkward dynamic between 2 players because it's unclear who's in control.
I love the idea that Major Applewhite doesn't have the power to get him to play against Tulane, but does have the power to get him to take a jacket off.
Well, I blame Ed Oliver. He has to make sure that that jacket is all buttoned up, that the zipper is up or whatever the case may be. So in that way, when the head coach or the assistant coach try to remove the jacket, he can. That's
right.
it. That's the way you send a statement, and then you laugh at the guy in his face. That's the way you do it. Zip it up. And that's it. Now, when he tries to grab it, now he can, then you say, you see, I got something else for you. This is
Whoa,
for you,
it escalated.
So it's a double
I
compounding.
don't understand how it got to that point.
How worrisome was Golden State's performance last night?
They get clubbed by the Rockets. They score very few points. And all day long, Draymond and Kevin Durant were playing nice. They were shooting together. They were walking into the arena together. During the game, Draymond made a mistake. Kevin Durant very gently patted him on the chest. Draymond said, no, my bad. I just want to go back for a second. I'm not interested in this last game. What I'm interested in is the details that are now being reported. And we now understand exactly why Draymond Green was suspended for conduct conduct detrimental to the team. It's not because he called Durant the B word. It's because he dared him to leave after the season. That is conduct detrimental to that team. Draymond should have gotten 10 games, not 1.
Ooh, wow, you just escalated it like coffee there.
Yes, I did, right?
Nobody's worried about the performance, Stan's right. It was 1 game. Steph Curry wasn't playing. They'll be fine. But Warriors fans are worried about the underlying drama not going away. Now, it's only Warriors fans who are worried. The rest of us are delighted about this. Because here's the thing. Kevin Durant's impending free agency is the biggest story of the season. The Warriors are going for a three-peat. They're going to be dominant. Nobody really cares. We care about Kevin Durant becoming a free agent in 2019. And every time they struggle, every time they lose, every time 2 guys on this team look at each other the wrong way, we are going to talk about it.
It's the only interesting part about their season until we get to a few months from now is, will it implode? How will it implode? Will he leave? Will there be rumors? We are more interested in what the future holds than the immediate future. We want a year from now, not right now.
Well, I knew that this team was going to fall apart once they lost JaVale and Chacha Pachulia. There was no question that this was going to happen.
Proven winners.
That's right.
We knew it was going to fall apart right then.
That's right.
I mean, they won last year without Cha-Cha. Cha-Cha, you got me saying
Cha-Cha,
Cha-Cha.
that's right. Cha-Cha Pachulia.
Are the Rockets suddenly good again?
This is a funny question because they were historically good last year and they shouldn't get historically worse because it would have been a pretty precipitous fall from that to this just because you lose Trevor Ariza and Mbamute. But what I think is funny about this is Carmelo Anthony can't really catch a break the last few years, right? I mean, the moment he arrives someplace, it falls apart. And the moment he leaves, everything gets better. We know this to be a good team. Amino Hassan told you on this show that the Houston Rockets were getting great shots compared to the rest of the league. They just weren't making them. Now they're making more of them.
So the Rockets started 1-5. Now they're 7-7. Some of that has to do with the shots falling in, with James Harden getting healthy, but a lot of it has to do with the defense. Now, after losing Ariza and Mbamute, we figured the defense would get worse, but we didn't think it would get that much worse. At the beginning of the season, they were giving up 111 points per 100 possessions, which is terrible. It was even worse when Melo was on the floor. Then things turned around. Melo's gone. They hired back Jeff Bzdelik, who's their defensive assistant, who had retired at the beginning of the season, and suddenly they have one of the better defenses in the NBA. It's not rocket science, people.
Rocket science. Did she do that on purpose? Rocket science?
I don't get it.
Okay, neither do I.
I don't get it. Should we let Mina talk about the Chiefs and Rams game, even though it isn't until Monday night?
She is very excited. She told you the other day she forgot her anniversary, but she had actually circled this date. So go ahead, Mina. Before I even say anything, show them what it is that you want to see 3 days from now after a lot of other football has been played.
I object to the framing of this question. I mean, yes, is it true that I rebooked several flights so that I could be home for this game? Sure. Did I make an advent calendar with a tiny football moving towards November 19th? Possibly. Am I going to stay up all night on Sunday tossing and turning, dreaming of jet sweeps and ends arounds and play action? Maybe, but how can you blame me? This could be one of the most explosive offensive matchups in NFL history. Now, before you scoff, know this. 3 of the 4 most prolific offenses ever are playing this season. 2 of them are the Chiefs and the Rams. Get excited, people.
Okay, the over-under on this game, last time I checked, it may have gone up from here, was 63.5, which is something I have never seen for points scored because both of these teams, if they keep up their averages, will do even better than that. The thing that's exciting about this to me, though, as we talk ad nauseum about Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady and Ben Roethlisberger and Drew Brees, the old guard, look at how young these teams are. This is the future of the league. They're playing like it because they look different than everyone else, but also these are all young people.
It's 64 now. I just checked.
She just checked. She just checked during the video that was playing.
You know, if Mina can talk about games in the future, can I talk about games of the past?
What
No,
game
no,
is the past?
no. I know
Yes,
it's stupid.
yes, let's
No,
relive this. Oh, wow, I thought Seattle was going to win the Super Bowl right there. What happened? What are you kidding me? That's how a Super Bowl ended?
Literally nothing to do with what we've been talking about.
That's right. Totally gratuitous.
And the Seahawks won last night.
Why didn't they run it, you know? I don't understand that.
Wow, he's still talking about why didn't they run it? It's curious, right?
Because it was second. I'm not going to explain this again. No, I'm not going to. Not going to do it. I'll explain to you afterwards. I can send you an email laying it out.
Coming up next on Highly Questionable.
Solid in mid-table, down in
All right. I guess that's probably the goal scorer, right? Or is he going to jump in the pool?
Time to play the game that thinks scones are just triangle-shaped biscuits. Do you question?
You give us topics and events, we question him.
I love that he pronounces biscuits biscuits.
Do you question if this goal scorer earned the right to celebrate this?
Okay, did this person earn his joy? That's what the question is. The joy that he had, how can we take it away from him? Let's see if we can.
Solid in mid-table, down in
All right. I guess that's probably the goal scorer, right? Or
Oh, that was earned. That was beautiful. That was majestic.
Wow.
Marco Grutner, the easiest goal you will ever score.
Is that goalie wearing a hat?
Take that umlaut in your name and wave it over your head to celebrate.
What does it say about this show and the keepers we feature on it that my initial reaction is not that bad?
Oh, German soccer. I love German soccer. Did somebody say German soccer?
You did.
Oh, not this guy.
Oh, really?
That's the coach of the German soccer.
Ah, my God.
Oh, very unpleasant.
I don't like. Why? I hate this one. I really don't like this one.
Yeah, none of us do, Mina. That's why we keep airing it.
Oh, you didn't like that video? Let me show you another one that you will enjoy.
Really?
Oh, wow! I can't believe my father just did that. That's one of the meanest things ever done on this television show. The weird double Super Bowl from many years ago.
Why didn't you run it?
Why?
You gotta run it. Yeah, that's right. You gotta run it.
Sean Lynch was in your backfield. He was young.
It's like you
That's
reached
football
into your
101.
pants and pulled out a football clip.
He broke like 9 tackles against the Saints on that one run. You remember? Just give him the ball.
He was not very good at the goal line this year. I've explained it to you guys a million times.
Do you question if this guy had fun?
Okay, once again, we are examining the fun of someone, the joy of someone. I was just told that we think this is Brazil, and we think it's Brazil from the comment section. Evidently, the producers of the show have a very low standard for where they get stuff from.
Is he going to jump in the pool?
Oh!
my God.
Yes. Nobody expected the slip and slide to have too much slip and slide in the situation.
At no point was he going in the direction of the water.
Keep your head down. No. Oh.
Keep your head down, my father says. Why didn't you just listen to my father? He said keep your head down.
The end of that reminds me of something.
What do you got here? Oh, yeah, this one.
Man.
That sound is so great. Such a great sound. Unless, of course, it's the side of your face hearing that sound up close through that ear.
It's worse than the interception.
What can you say about that game? Anything?
Just thought of a joke for the guy who swims and slides in. Is a backseat diver. He was carpooling.
A backseat diver. She just thought of that joke. It was 5 minutes after the segment ended. It wasn't worth repeating. Not made any better by finger guns either. Backseat diver, ladies and gentlemen. He's a backseat diver. Oh, look, finger guns in the air.
Homeowners.
Questionable is broadcast from the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami. Time to play the game that can be easily bribed. See or no?
Easily bribed. My father, for a croqueta, you could get him to change all his principles. You tell us what to watch on television tonight. We tell you if we're intrigued.
Sunday on NBC, Vikings and Bears.
My father came in here on Monday talking about one player in the National Football League and one player only. Who was that player, Poppy?
Cody Parkey.
Cody Parkey is his name. Cody Porky
right.
would be a better name. He hit 4 uprights during the game. Do you know how hard that is to do? Look at this.
Cody Parkey hits the
Poppy with the early bang there. but he knows these.
And the extra point.
I've got another early bang from my father. His timing's slightly off.
1 yard away.
No. Wait till he-
You gotta wait till it hits. It makes a very distinct sound. One more. It's unbelievable.
Wait. No, wait.
No, he's over exuberant. I'm telling you, he's been excited about it all week. He's not going to do it when you want him to do it. He does it on his own time. He's earned that. He's an old man. Mina, are you intrigued? He does it whenever he wants to. Mina, are you intrigued?
Yes. I mean, how crazy is it? We're going into a crucial Vikings matchup, and they have the more reliable kicker. And as soon as I said that, that means Dan Bailey's going to miss a field goal.
How about you, Poppy? Are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Are you kidding me? Cody Porky, that's a name that everybody's going to remember for years to come because he has established a record that is going to last for about 250 years. Nobody's going to break that record. Are you kidding me? Hitting that right 4 times. Who's going to hit it 5 times? Show me a guy that's going to do that. They're going to find another leg like that. Are you kidding me? He has a heavy.
I don't know why it was sung, and I don't know what it means.
Right.
Okay, very good.
Sunday on Fox, Cowboys and Falcons.
No, not interested in this one so much. But the other day, Atlanta lost at Cleveland. And here's the Spanish call of Nick Chubb doing stuff for Cleveland.
Mayfield detrás de centro. Va a venir la entrega para el novato. Corre por el centro. Hay un hueco. Está en la 20. Nick Chubb todavía de pie. 30. Nick Chubb. 25, 40, 50. Nick Chubb. Hasta la vista, baby. Nick Chubb. Touchdown.
Go!
Sí,
I got all excited.
No, he did get excited.
Oh, touchdown. Okay.
Tremendo hueco por la derecha y le dice adiós a los Falcons. Y los Browns de Cleveland toman ventaja 27-10 en este tercer cuarto. ¡Qué barbaridad de novato, Dios mío!
¡Qué barbaridad! Mina, are you intrigued?
Nick Gordo, right? That would be the translation.
Yes, Gordo.
Gordo, sí. He says el rookie, el novato.
Okay, very good. Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. But listen, I have seen a better run. Look at this.
What better run? That was the longest run.
Mira ese novato corriendo con todo lo que quiere, todo lo que tiene, tú agarrándose los pantalones, encontrando los huecos, ahí va, allá atrás del camión del helado, es un león, lo único que tiene en la mente es comer el helado. ¡Gol!
And it is true. The only thing that was on my mind there was eating ice cream. It's true.
Streaming on Netflix, Dogs.
A 6-part what, Mina? A 6-part?
Documentary.
Yeah, all right. This
Not my
is,
words.
she's been talking about it for days. She says she's seen this clip 1,000 times. What do we have?
You guys are getting ready to start on a journey that very few people ever get to see.
My dog Tooth is trapped in Syria. I have to get him here.
Sin da piccolo Ice è stato il mio compagno. Ice è il centro della nostra famiglia.
Service dogs have been around for decades. So much of it depends on that match between the child and the dog.
Yes!
Cada perro debería de tener su casa.
I think we're just scraping the surface of what dogs can really do.
Good job!
Senti cosa dice lei.
She is my daughter. I love her.
I can't imagine my life without dogs.
Look, I love dogs too. Everyone here loves dogs, but we're not scratching the surface of what dogs can do. We know what they can do. It's a very limited number of things. Mina, are you intrigued? Really? An emotional viewing of the dog experience? I don't think that that's a joke. I think that's genuine tears. Poppy, let's gather her. She'll gather herself. Are you intrigued?
Oh,
That's
I'm very
embarrassing.
intrigued. Are you kidding me? Dogs are my favorite pet. They can do so many things. They can eat and they can go for a walk and
That's
they
about
can
it.
bark.
That's it.
And
That's
they
about
can,
That's
and
about
they
it.
can keep you company and they can fall asleep next to you. That's a hell of a deal. Every house should have a doggy. That's going to be my advice to all the viewers. Go out there and get a doggy for your house. You know what I mean? Never mind what anybody says. Go out there and grab a doggy. The sooner the better.
Wait a minute.
Long live
Don't just grab
doggies.
somebody else's doggy. Don't do that. Don't take his advice. He's
Long
over-
live doggies!
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
Yes, you did not see that incorrectly. We played a dog video for you, and she wept. That's how we close the week. Have a good weekend.
Oh, Mina, here, I got something for you here. Got something for you.
Larabar.
Yeah, you want some?
Delicious, delicious.
Oh, you don't
there
want
is
it?
no tricking
You don't
her.
want it? Eh?
She
Okay, have
doesn't
some.
want
Ah!
it.
She
Oh,
has me back.
got you.
Yeah, well, now they spend 3 hours looking for
I know.
the
You, 3 hours you went to getting Lara bars. He made it by hand. He crafted
I
it
know
himself.
this isn't true,
And
but I
she's
feel
so
bad
scared
anyway.
of the handshake that she didn't take a gift from a senior citizen.
From an old guy like me that can barely walk.
He hasn't bought me